guys, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel again. Today I'm going to be talking about something or a show called Timeless. So yesterday on my channel I was talking about a program called Westworld and its relativity to the Mandela effect, simulation theory I guess. And there's another show, so in the comment section there, some subscribers were talking about a show called Timeless. I had actually seen a trailer for it. I couldn't remember it until I saw a quote in the program, and I remembered seeing that it actually came on when I was in the cinema watching a film. And I decided to watch the first episode of it. A short, very short synopsis. They have a time-traveling machine, can effectively change the past, but then when you change the past it changes the future, the physics of it I guess. But there were a few bits, so I only watched one episode of it, and this was the first time I actually started to take notes when I watch a program or a film or what have you, because I feel like over the past year I've started seeing things in a very different light. Whether it's music videos, whether it's shows, whether it's films. And Westworld is one that I probably should start taking notes in as well, because I often see a lot of things in there that I'm a bit wary of, whether it's a name that's constantly used or a theme that's typically pushed. Same with, I saw a program called Stranger Things. If you haven't seen that, amazing program, but there was a heck of a lot of not necessarily subliminals in there, but references I would say. So let me get started on Timeless. So first of all, the main female protagonist, her name is Lucy. Now there's certain names that as soon as I hear them in a program, a show, whatever you want to call it, American English translations, there's certain names that when you hear them, I think that you should immediately have your ears pricked up and think, okay, is there a message behind that name? So in Westworld, for example, the main female protagonist, her name is Dolores. Again, when you look into the meaning of the name, you kind of think, oh, that's an interesting name to choose. One female name is Lucy. So there was a film called Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. I'm just trying to think of things off the top of my head. You've got Kendrick Lamar. He had a song called Lucy. And Lucy is often a representation of the name Lucifer. So Lucifer. So it's kind of a reference that's used in programs, and I'm using that word specifically because you are being programmed by everything that you watch, whether it's the X Factor, whether it's Westworld, anything. It embeds content in your mind. But yeah, her name's Lucy. So in the beginning of the show, they go to the company which is doing these kind of time travel experiments, I guess. It's only called Mason Industries. Could be a coincidence. Again, I don't believe in coincidences. Mason, what, Freemason maybe? Of all, any name that you could have chosen, any surname, it happens to be Mason Industries. So the actual time traveling machine that they use looks like a giant eye. Okay, maybe all one big coincidence. Yeah. So when they are traveling as well, and this is another thing that I've learned to look out for in music videos, programs, cartoons, what have you. If ever they show a reference to a clock, try and look at what times they use on there. So numerology is something that's very important to, I guess, the Illuminati or whatever you want to call any secret organizations. And they traveled back to the time of the date they were traveling back to was 3:30. So again, that might be completely coincidental, But since even I've done these YouTube videos, bearing in mind I'm still an absolute novice at these videos, my editing skills are terrible. I know how to put a basic video together and that's about it. But I know how stringently you'd have to look at scene for scene to know that you would have to check scene by scene, especially if you're doing a big program, a big music video. There's no way that little bits will slip by because I know how delicately you have to look through things. So even when you look at Disney films and then you see a word in there, the word sex, or you see a poster with someone saying someone Roger's mummy or something like that, that was in the Monsters Inc. film, I believe. These just don't slip by because you have to effectively check each cell. There's just no way that these things will go in there. So looking at clocks, again, you'll see lots of references to different things with regard to clocks when they show them on programs. Usually it will be a very quick flash and then it's gone. But if you pause it on that moment, again, you'll see a lot of coincidental similarities with regard to the clocks on there. Another female name, which they don't use in this, well, they haven't used it thus far, is Alice. Now, with regard, hopefully I'm getting this correctly, but at CERN, I believe it is, one of their Hadron Colliders are called Alice. Now, this is another name that when you see it in films and programs, it's usually some form of a reference to Alice in Wonderland, the whole looking glass, the whole how deep does the rabbit hole go, all that sort of stuff. So again, Lucy and Alice are two names that when you hear them, you should just immediately think a bit deeper than it just being a female name, so to speak. So the man's name, the main male character, his name is Wyatt. Again, in the program Westworld that I've just been watching, one of the people that they're looking for is called Wyatt. Now, I don't know if this is a common name in America. In the UK, I've never met or heard of anyone called Wyatt. But then to hear it twice in these somewhat esoteric embedded shows, I thought that's a bit odd. And if I remember, I looked into the name Wyatt and it was something to do with war. Again, that could be nothing, but I just found it interesting that I would mention it on there. And that's all I've got from episode 1 so far. But the main point of this video is that often when we're being shown things, our subconscious is taking in information, whether it is that clock that just flashes on the screen, whether it is a little pyramid symbol. We subconsciously take in all of this information and store it. So that the people that put this stuff up, they know exactly what they're doing with regard to having this in the frames. But that's all from me, guys. I wanted to keep this quite a short video. And again, this is just to show any subscribers that I do listen to all of the comments that are on there. I get to read them. Again, if I don't always reply, it's not that I'm being rude. But in between, I'm literally running this YouTube account for myself, the Facebook page, the video content. I'm doing everything by myself as well as trying to do regular things, I guess. And yeah, it's very, very time consuming. But yeah, I do check everything. Hence why I looked at this program called Timeless. There were a couple of people that were talking about it on the page, and I thought, yep, I'll check that out. I do often check out other YouTube videos that people are on there, that people paste onto the page. I don't get to check out everything, but yeah, I just wanted to say that this is me actively reading what people say and checking it out. But that's all from me, guys, so thanks a lot for your time. Anyone that's new, subscribe, like, comment, yeah, you know, all the usual stuff. But thanks a lot for your time. Cheers, guys. Bye.